Hey everybody, I'm Mike and thanks for checking out the channel. Today we are going to delve into a guitar that is a smart guitar that epically kind of failed, and I don't think it's because of how it played or the parts that were on it. I think it was one cosmetic issue. We've seen a whole bunch of smart guitars, and this is one in the category that just kind of flamed out. So we're going to watch my intro. I'm going to come back and we are going to talk about what this guitar is and why you can't really buy it anymore on Amazon. All right, see you in a second.
Jesus Christ.
That's Mike's Musical Rehab.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that quick little playthrough on this guitar. And so the guitar I am holding is the Bullfighter D160se. This is their smart guitar that they came out with. All the parts of the effects run right through here. And we'll show you, like, to turn it on, you just turn this knob, and then it gives you the different effects. This is your clean with four different effects in there. There's a blue, green, yellow, and red. And that's for each one. You can move up to the gain. This is a lead. This is a crunch. It has a headphone jack. It actually has a drum machine built into it. So you could, like, really kind of like just bring this guitar and nothing else and plug into it and have a good time. And that recording that I did, all the effects, ones that were the effects that were built into the guitar, was just directly into it. And the guitar actually feels pretty great. I mean, it's got a roasted maple neck. I believe they claim stainless steel frets. I don't know. I can't remember if they do, if they're just nickel frets. Either way, they're ball end frets, but they're pretty small, pretty tiny frets. And if you don't want to use the effects at all, it does have like a humbucker, which is, we did learn an Al Nico, I believe, and a single. So it's like a super strat kind of configuration. You could play the guitar like that. The tuners on this are Bullfighter, which are usually pretty good, but this one, they were all good except for this E tuner. This E tuner kind of had a clicking noise, and it took me a little bit to get it to like wind and tune everything. It eventually did, And I thought about changing these out with locking tuners, which I can do, but I just haven't gotten into playing it enough that it's something that I will do. I don't know if I'll keep the guitar, if I'll sell it. I do think it's a good travel guitar. Came with an excellent little gig bag that's really pretty padded and pretty nice, and I feel pretty safe to travel with it. I mean, it's not like you want to be throwing it on the ground, but it's padded enough that, you know, loading it into your car and doing stuff like that, you're pretty safe. So yeah, this guitar is meant to compete with, I don't think it's meant to compete with the Line 6, because Line 6 is its own thing. It's really like, you know, Line 6 isn't about having effects in the guitar. It's different guitars. You can play a Strat style, Les Paul, like a Gresh, a hollow body, and then it has different acoustic sounds and different tunings. So it's all about like making the guitar become a different guitar. This is competing with like the GTRS, the Sonic Go or Sonic Inspire one also. And Flama has one that they make that has that kind of effects built into it. And I think this is meant to compete with that, because while the GTRS guitars do go up to like $900, they do have a line that's right in the $399 realm, which was where this was supposed to fit. They're saying this guitar was $399 initially. That was their price on this. And then people had said, oh, it's too high for the price, went to $270. And they thought that was the marketing price, but suddenly this thing just didn't sell. Kind of fell apart on, like, I can't describe what happened. I can describe what happened, and I will say it, but next thing you know, I saw them on Amazon for $199. They were blowing them out, and I'm like, oh, that's a pretty good price on there. I still didn't buy one. And then one day I got on there, and they're like, oh, they're having a super deal, marked all the way down to $124. And at $124, I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy this guitar. I've been looking at it, wanted to see it, ended up buying it. And yeah, mine came, setup is very nice. I mean, it's got a little bit higher action, but not like exceedingly high. It's just a tad bit more than what I would play. And I could lower this bridge down because there is room to lower this bridge down, and that would instantly be gone. But what happened with this guitar was not in the playability. The playability of this guitar actually is really, really nice. I think at that 200 spot was a sweet spot for this guitar, price-wise, for what I think is on it. And that's not saying if this was back in 1980, the price point on this guitar would be like $500, because in 1980s, what you got for a budget was crap. This isn't crap. This is a nice roasted maple neck, comfortable neck, super smooth to play. Pickup configuration is great. So what I will say about this guitar is the thing that killed it was right here where my hand is at, I believe. It's this right here. I think this blue and pink, whatever it is, kind of thing, made the guitar, while it's not toyish at all, this is actually nice, like kind of like heavy duty plastic wood feel to it. It made the guitar look like a toy. And you know what? Optics are a lot in this world when it comes to guitars, whether you want to believe it or not. When you're going on Amazon to look for guitars, it's all basically by optics. You're not playing the guitar, you can just see it. And I feel like this look of this made it look like a toy. And that was what killed this guitar. This guitar ended up being blown out at the very end, that I thought it was going for $99 for the pink one. This one was still staying right around $119, $124. But that went on for about 2 weeks. They sold all of them, and now they're just gone. They're gone on Amazon. You can go to other sites and find them, but other sites, because it's no longer sold, are trying to sell them for like $400, which is kind of ridiculous. To me, I think if you found a used one of this for about $100, $120, it's a great buy, an amazing buy, actually, just for the parts alone, that it's a roasted maple neck. I think the white on this looks really classy, kind of going with that dark roasted maple neck. And guitar is really a well-built guitar, and it plays great. And it's sad that it's just this design flaw. And I think if you talk with most people, reactors, even people that have talked about this guitar online, they will be like, this was a killer to this guitar. It just, I don't know why they just didn't make it match the guitar, or make it black so it had a cool kind of look to it. But this gave it a real toy effect look that turned people off to it. And Man, it makes me sad because Bullfighter, I have another guitar that I'm going to be reviewing from Bullfighter, an acoustic that plays like an electric, but it's just an all acoustic guitar. That's incredible. That was like 160 bucks. And everything I've seen from these guys, people love them. Like they do really great stuff. So that made this kind of a sad thing that this just didn't work out. You know what? If you took this honestly off here and just had a white, all white body with everything the same on here with this roasted maple neck and HSS configuration, you're probably selling this in the market of their other guitars at like 179 to 229 area because it's that really nice of a guitar. So yeah, it makes me sad that cosmetically something could kill it, but I get that because everything in music when you're doing these videos is about visual, and you see this and you're like, all right, well, that kind of looks stupid. But I think one day I may actually just take, I have Sharpie markers. I may just take those and paint this. I don't know. It depends. If I'm going to sell it, I don't want to paint it because that just, people will be like, well, why'd you paint it? Why'd you do that? If I'm going to keep it, then I can paint it because it's mine. I can do whatever I want to it. So I'm going to go through a couple of sounds on this guitar. We're going to do a little bit of a just quick sound. Now I'm playing it through an amp, so you're not going to get the full effect of how the sounds are as you do with like the DI and the playthrough, where I'm just strictly running through like preamp and using these effects solely. This is going to still have a little bit of what it puts on it for the amp, even though I'm going to use a flat tone on here. But that's all I can really say about this guitar. For one, if you were lucky enough to get in it on it at the $124.99, you got yourself a hell of a guitar for that money. You got yourself something way above that in what is into this guitar. So Bullfighter, I know you're out there doing great things. I kind of feel bad for you on this one because I really do enjoy this guitar, and I just think it's a bummer that it went that way for them. So let me give you some of the tones on here. And as I always say, you know, music makes life better. Thanks for checking out the channel. Check out these tones, as I'm just going to put in some at the end with cleans, crunch leads, and show the drum machine and the gain stuff. And I will see you guys all in the next video. Watch the tones and tone playthrough, and I will see you guys all later. Bye. All right, so let's start this off with regular pickups, no effects. All right, let's keep this on this clean channel, and we are going to turn on effects right here. We'll start with a little bit of clean.